we have our first map on dual site. Now let's go ahead and introduce our players. Starting from the yellow Zerg in the bottom left corner, we have Roots. We win, but he also goes by CatZ, Paulo Viscato, who just moved to Peru, and we're very glad that he's finally able to get stable internet and able to stream and entertain his fans. So good luck to him in the rest of the series. But over in the top right, we also have aLive from Team Fnatic, the purple Terran. And looks like both a little bit of banter back and forth. Saying,
it's just really
BM.
CatZ bantering.
I know. He's talking to himself,
He said, good luck, have fun. Good luck, have fun. Favorite stream? Just wondering, BM. Good luck.
So,
a little bit of dialogue. It's similar to poker. It's like, oh, what opening are you gonna do? Let me talk to the guy a little bit.
A little bit.
See what's going on with it.
It's like one of those weird things where, like, if you're playing against a random, you guess Terran or something, and then they don't say anything. You think maybe it is Terran, but then yeah, and just like a bunch of mind games in it.
Exactly.
Maybe.
It's like, does this guy map hack? Oh my gosh.
Guys, there is a lot of mind tricks that players, especially like CatZ, love to employ, and I would not be surprised to see that. But here we go, immediately kicking us off on dual side, we see a 2-Rax. Now, aLive is placing his barracks over to the right-hand side, just outside the vision of the watchtower.
But
nope,
I messed this up. There we go.
Oh, the Overlord. Is it going to see it? I don't think so, actually. It's not on path for it. And if CatZ doesn't scout it, it's going to look like a regular 1-Rax CC expand with no gas.
But you have to know, especially at this level, I mean, you could assume that it is going to be a command center first, but have to be careful about a 2-Rax. That's the two different builds that right now CatZ is worried about. Is it going to be a fast expansion? Or is it going to be a 2-Rax, 3-Rax, 4-Rax, 5-Rax, 6-Rax? Could be any of those variations, as TLO has proven to us in the past.
Yeah, and that's the whole purpose of scouting early, too. For Zerg, especially against Terran, you want to make sure to scout against any kind of barracks pressure early on, and that's the whole reason why he sent his drone scout in the first place.
Oh, drone scout does see the second barracks over here.
Yes, he finally caught that, so that's really good. That's really important, especially because CatZ saw it before the first Marine was able to pop out. So now he can catch a lot of momentum, and you can see the first Marine is now out right here against the barracks. Now, he also sends a few drones trying to pick off this Marine, which is really good, but at the same time, he can't go too far out.
Nope, he might lose. Oh, wow. Very nice control by CatZ. And he will. Oh, never mind. He attacks with that one weakened drone. But how does he actually reply against this? This is a little difficult because the first bunker is already down. It's within range of that first hatchery.
Oh, man.
So he might actually lose the hatchery right here. Spine crawlers will go down, but units aren't out in time, so it'll have to be canceled.
Very good job there from CatZ thus far, but he needs to kill these Marines, but he can't press too far without losing a significant amount of Zerglings. Trying to buy time for his Queen. Once his Queen can come out of his natural, it'll become much easier, especially with the range upgrade. You can target down the SCV, building the bunker, but the bunker's about to finish, or does it? Oh, yes, it does, with another SCV. Very well done by aLive, and this is looking very, very bad for our newly minted Root player from Peru, but this is looking very savage. The Spine Crawler is about to finish, though, but how big of a factor will it play? Looks like it's just within range of that bunker, which will prove to be very useful in the coming minutes.
Yeah, this is so difficult because the Spine Crawler still needs to reposition, and he has another bunker that he needs to get rid of if he wants to save this hatchery. I don't think there's any possibility of that happening. Looks like he salvages the first. No.
Yeah, it's gonna be. He's not gonna be able to hold his hatchery, and that's a huge win for aLive.
Yes.
I can't even begin to describe how far behind he's gonna be, just production-wise. You can already see it because not only the fact that these Spine Crawlers are gonna drop as well, but because CatZ committed a lot to this. He committed Zerglings, Larva, his drones also dropped, and he doesn't have a lot of flexibility because he invested into that hatchery. And if that Queen dropped, that'll also be even worse.
Ooh, and he gets up into here. Now, there is no other Queen over here, so that'll be kind of difficult to defend this. 4 Marines can do a ton of damage over here, as we see. Oh! Mineral walks through some of the Marines, but these are able to do quite a bit of damage. This is mining time and additional additional drones that are being lost. Let's look at 9 total workers killed by our good friend over here, aLive. Very nicely played.
And he's got a command center already done, basically, and that's gonna get two command centers against 1 hatchery is going to be very one-sided fight coming to the next few minutes now. CatZ, where do you go from here, Andre? I mean, the fact that CatZ not only he's down in workers, but he's down also in just the sheer amount of production power. Where can CatZ really go from this point on?
It's tough. I think he needs to do something to put a lot of pressure on his opponent, probably a Baneling, Zergling type of composition, and just go from there. I don't think there's actually a lot of options for CatZ. And considering aLive is such a fantastic player, I highly doubt that he'll be able to get back into this. But CatZ is known for doing a lot of one-base infestor play to get back into games. There's actually a really famous game now on Reddit recently that he lost all of his hatcheries. He actually relocated to the 3rd on Cloud Kingdom and came back into the game. And it's because of infestor control. So pretty much bank on that happening since he has double gas and going up to Lair. There's Zergling Baneling, which is the other kind of like maybe I can get back into the game if I get good Baneling hits, but you know, as always we see CatZ loving his infestors.
Yeah, rushing the Lair here now. You can see that aLive is not going to overextend. He's just going to call back a lot of his Marines and just try to set up defenses back at home as well. aLive is going to go for 4 racks, which I like a lot too, because giving him security of having a lot of units, not trying to play too greedy by teching directly after his expansion. And so he's just going to get a good amount of units out, get stim, his combat shields, and just make sure he has a sturdy force behind this. And it looks like CatZ finally expanding and getting that infestation pit. Yep.
Now, aLive is looking to get, okay, there we go. Looking to get a lot of units, but the insurance whenever you're ahead is normally upgrades. Upgrades, when you get these, it says, well, I'll always have this relative timing on my opponent. You know, my opponent really doesn't have the minerals and gas to get any upgrades, so it always gives you the opportunity to be super cost efficient later on. So I like what we're seeing, double engineering base being popped out for aLive. If he didn't get that, I would have criticized him a lot more and saying, you know, it's a lot harder to, or excuse me, it's very easy for his opponent to get back into, not even that. There's a bigger possibility of his opponent getting back into the game. That's what I want to say.
Yep, and you can see that CatZ is going to start up those infestors. Now, the big thing with infestors is the ability to be cost efficient. And so you need things like burrow, so that way you can go in, drop infestarians, or pop up fungal and then re-burrow accordingly. Now, it looks like aLive might not even give him opportunity to do that. You can see his Marines and Marauders are already out here, and he does have stim and combat shields. CatZ immediately forced to cancel everything and run up. There it is, GG. And aLive takes game number 1 after a very cleanly executed 2 racks, and CatZ just fell way too far behind.
Yeah, there's nothing much to that. The 2 racks was really, really good. Not enough drones were pulled offline in that beginning stage. CatZ had some pretty impressive micro, though, but having 2 bunkers go up that are directly in range of your hatchery is just way too much. It's unfortunate, but you know, such is life sometimes. Yeah,
the Overlord just barely missing it, and CatZ still even caught it, which shows that he was very diligent in his scouting, and he knew what he was looking for, but just fell a little bit too short time-wise to react in time for the bunker rush. That game was brought to you by Epson, the people who provide projectors for NASL Season 3. Thank you so much to them. Check them out at epson.com. We'll be back with game number 2 between CatZ versus aLive. We're just getting started, so don't go anywhere. We'll be back after a quick break.